Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So if you've been following this channel for a little bit, you know that I recently purchased my first home. Now that's exciting, but also kind of overwhelming because when you move into a new home, especially a new build, you realize that there are a lot of things that don't come with the house. One of these things being window coverings. Now, privacy is obviously a big deal, and the last thing I wanted was to feel like I was living in a fishbowl. So I set out to find the perfect solution, and that's when SmartWings reached out and wanted to send me some of their window shades. SmartWings sent me 3 different roller shades, one of them being for my office, one of them being for my den, which are both at the front of the house, and then also one very large one for our bedroom to completely block out the light. For the 2 front windows, I wanted privacy, but I also still wanted natural light coming through. These are big windows that let in a ton of natural light throughout the day, so I went for the 70% light filtering option, which I think is a perfect balance that gives me full privacy, especially at night, while still letting that nice, soft natural light come through during the day. Now for the bedroom, my wife and I opted for the 100% blackout shade because the way my house is positioned, in the morning the sun kicks right into that window and it's pretty annoying, especially when you're trying to sleep. So we felt that the blackout shade would be perfect for this. When configuring your windows, SmartWings has a ton of different options on their website, from the different types of shades you can get, to the materials, to the percentage of light filtering, and down to the different motors you get. I got these Zigbee motors, which is kind of like this mid-tier motor. These motors have a remote control that I use, but you're also able to connect it to something like an Alexa or other smart app. I personally haven't really used any of the smart features yet, just because I only have 3 of these windows and using the remote is perfectly fine, but you are able to set them up with all of your smart apps to create schedules and, voice activate to open them and close them. When it comes to powering the motors, they all come with a rechargeable battery, so you can plug directly in with a USB-C cable and either charge it with a portable power bank or use an extension cord and plug it straight into the closest outlet. They also offer a solar shade, which you can stick onto the window and it kind of helps keep it charged for longer bits of time. Now I've had these for about 2 months now, and I actually calculated how many times I've been able to use it. And as of today, when filming this video, I've opened and closed all of these shades 116 times over 58 days. And I'm still on the first charge. So I plugged these in when I first installed them at the end of October, and I've opened and closed them at least once during that amount of time in those 58 days, and I still have yet to have to recharge it. So that was one thing I was a little nervous about when getting these motorized shades is, do I need to recharge them all the time? And that doesn't seem to be the case. Now, one thing when measuring your windows, make sure you are very particular about your measurements and don't round up or down, because I did that in the office here and the shade ended up being just a little bit too big, enough to where I was able to push it in and kind of wedge it into the window, but I obviously would not recommend doing that. Now, there's been no issues so far, but I will just say, if you are measuring your windows, make sure you are very particular about the sizes that you send them. When it comes to the installation of these, I was honestly surprised at how easy it was to install them. When you order the shade, it's going to come with everything you need, including the mounting hardware, the remote, the rechargeable cable, and all of the other odds and ends, so you don't have to worry about picking up anything else additionally to make sure that it's going to work. But it's very easy to install. The shades are held together by these little clips that you just drill straight into your window, and everything around a window is obviously going to be a stud, so that makes it very easy to figure out where you need to mount these. And these clips are free moving throughout the shade, which means you can mount them however you need on the window and then just clip them right up from there, and that's it. Even with the heaviest one, the one in our room, I thought maybe I would need some help to install it, and I was able to do this all by myself. The shade itself is not heavy at all, and I was able to mount my brackets, lift it up, and just clip it in without any issues. Now, one thing I wish I did do when I ordered these, when you're customizing your options, you have the option to do a standard rollback, so it goes from the back down and it covers the window a little bit closer, or you can do a reverse where it rolls from the front side and is kind of bordering more the window frame versus the actual window itself. I wish that I did the standard option. I'm not sure why I did the reverse. And the reason I wish I did the other way is, if it's closer to the window, it's going to give you a little more privacy. It's going to be closer to the window, covering more area. Since I have the reverse option, there is a little bit of an opening in between the windows that I just feel kind of peeks out through the window. It's not a huge deal, but at night I can definitely tell, like if I'm outside and I'm looking in, I can see through those little cracks. So I kind of wish that I got the traditional version, and I'll definitely do that for the other windows that I order. So just another thing to consider when you are making your purchase. But overall, I'm incredibly happy with all of these windows. I'm actually planning to purchase shades for the rest of my home. I have about 8 windows that are still without any sort of shade, and I plan to add these SmartWings to all of these. I know obviously this is a sponsored video that they've sent me the shades out, but I'm very impressed with the quality overall, and I plan to buy more of them to outfit the rest of my home. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you found it helpful, especially if you are in the process of researching home treatments for your windows. If you did find it helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and say hello in the comments. Thanks again to SmartWings for sending these out for me to review. I will see you all in the next video.